Olori Naomi is finally set to return back into the palace, but this time around, Naomi wants to know. She wants to be very sure. She doesn't want a situation whereby after she returns back into the palace, then they will start telling her one or two things that she doesn't know. Because a lot has happened over time, and every single thing happening, Olori Naomi has to wisen up. Olori Naomi has to be decisive. She has to know exactly what she wants for herself. So based on that note, Olori Naomi has made demands from the Oni, possibly the last demand before she would return back into the palace from the Oni. And this particular demand she is making, every woman would make. Yes, every woman would make. Now, everybody is saying that every other person have come into the palace yet. Other Olori stayed. Every other person lived in peace. But with Naomi's return, it is beginning to displace everybody. It is beginning to set people apart and all of those things. But Naomi needs her peace of mind. Aside peace of mind, Naomi needs her sanity. The woman needs to live her life appropriately when she finally returns back into the palace. So because she's coming back into the palace doesn't mean Naomi should not come back into a life well deserving. So right now Naomi has gone ahead to make a few demands of the Oni, and no matter what it is that Naomi wants, Oni would have to provide it because every single thing has been settled, every single thing has been put in place. It is just for Naomi to come back into the palace as we speak because all the Oloris are out of the palace. But for a fact that they keep coming back, this person enters. The Olori Naomi is on an opinion that Oni settles this once and for all. Who is staying should stay. Who is going should go. She doesn't like these situations whereby these things all happens and then at the end of the day it becomes a matter of we and this person this happened, this person is staying, we wanted this person to leave but this is it. No, she doesn't want that. She just wants a very straightforward response from the Oni. If this person is going to stay, let the person stay. If this person is not going to stay, the person should get going. And right now that's possibly the last demand Naomi is making, or let's say the one more demand she has added to the list of demands people have said she has brought before the Oni that warranted Oni to send this woman away. So Oni did not send these women away. To state facts clear, these women sent themselves away because over time Oni have tried in every single possible means to make sure that these women live in peace. They live to the best of their ability. They eat what they want. They do what they want in the palace. That is what the Oni did. But at a very long run, these people women were trying to tell the Oni that no matter what happens, we are who we are. It is more like beating a pig and then trying to keep it clean. Once it has the opportunity, it will return back into the mud because that is where the pig knows it belongs. So that's technically what these women were trying to tell the Oni, that no matter what you do, no matter what you feel, um, we still know what we want. We are the ones in charge and we will do what we want at the end of the day. So all of these things combined together became a proof that these women were not ready to stop, neither are they even willing to back down on any single thing at all. They're not willing to. So Olori Naomi now wants to know who is staying in the palace and who is leaving the palace before she gets packing her things to come back into the palace, because these things at most times when you yourself you don't settle them, when you yourself you are not on the same level, when you yourself you don't understand or know what exactly you're getting yourself into, you might start regretting at the end of the day. And Olori Naomi doesn't want to regret because she has learned her lesson the hard way with these things. Naomi has been in the palace before. What do you think made her leave the palace? It was because of the altercations that were coming from these women up and down. And as a result of that, Naomi had to leave the palace. So if Naomi left the palace because of these things that were happening, every single thing that came forward, every single thing that, took place in the palace, then that should be a sign. That should be a sign that no matter what happens, Naomi would want a very, very clear conscience before returning back into the palace. She would want that. So, as it is right now that we are seeing it, my people, no matter what happens, Olori Naomi deserves what she's asking of the Ooni. Yes, people are saying Naomi they do too much. Small opportunity where they give her like this. She wants to kill everybody. She wants to push everybody out of the palace. She doesn't want anybody to stay in the palace again. It is not Naomi's fault. When you see an opportunity, you ride on it. And this one is not just an opportunity. Oni has always wanted Naomi to return back into the palace. Even when the Oni's father gave Olori Naomi a blank check to deal with it, the first thing Naomi said was what she doesn't want polygamy. But all of these things makes her, if she insists on not wanting polygamy or not let it to be the Oni's decision, then if people call her selfish, it will be true. Because when she was getting married to the Oni, she was not the first wife that the Oni later brought other wives inside. No, she wasn't. There were persons there before she came to join them. So no matter what happened, she's supposed to understand that she came to meet people and then she cannot all of a sudden pronounce that they leave for her to stay alone in the palace. But it is right now, no, Oni loves Olori Naomi, and anything she can do that will stand in her favor, she should go ahead and do it. And this very thing she's asking of the Oni, that's exactly what the Oni is trying to do. You see all this divorce that the Oni is giving back to back, that's exactly what the Oni is trying to do. The Oni wants to know who is staying, who is leaving. And with this, Olori Naomi would be back into the palace very soon. Very, very soon. Naomi will be back into the palace and she will resume her reign. She will resume her reign in the palace, and whosoever doesn't like it, that remains the person's problem. Yes, whosoever does not like it, that Naomi is the one in charge, Naomi is the one now in the palace, it remains the person's problem. Yes, it has always been a problem to these women. It has always been a thing for these women that Naomi is in charge, Naomi this, Naomi that. But this time around, it remains entirely their problem to handle, because Naomi would definitely return back into the palace, as the Oni is not even giving them a chance to survive the whole thing happening, because whatever they do now will definitely be used against them. Like every single thing Toby has been doing keeps falling back, keeps falling against her day after day. So my people, when I saw this matter, it can't take beat right now. Olori Naomi has a few things that she wants the Oni to do, and one of it, she wants to know who is staying and who is leaving.